Hi, my name is Laura Reinhardt, and I have put together this presentation after reviewing the Human Diagnosis Project application. The Human Diagnosis Project is a worldwide project to link health problems and their diagnoses. Part of this project is an application available for Apple, Android, and Windows mobile devices. The application involves an online community in using fictional or real-life anonymized cases to create differential diagnoses. The community as well as the application are for use by doctors, medical students, and other professionals such as nurse practitioners. In fact, when logging in the first time, the user agrees to a statement that they are currently licensed medical professionals or currently in medical school. The user is then prompted to select their community within the application, where one choice is nursing. The layout is user-friendly and interactive. The opening screen has a list of the newest cases as well as a button that brings up a secondary screen with an inbox of cases you have viewed as well as quick links to create a new case. Navigation is intuitive for anyone who is familiar with using a variety of applications. It is easy to learn if one is willing to try tapping different buttons. This includes an editable profile, a statistics screen showing the user's contributions and rank in the system based on contributions, cases solved, or attempted. There are also options to view rankings, both individual and based on institutional affiliation, which at the time is limited to educational facilities, but is also worldwide. The workflow through the application is dictated by its game-like design, in which a case is presented with initial limited information. Then the user is directed to enter at least one option on the differential diagnoses list before allowing access to further findings and more opportunities to add or to edit the list of diagnoses. When the user is satisfied with their list, they tap submit and are given limited feedback on their choices, including whether they identified the intended diagnosis. The application requires an initial verification step. Even with this, the speed of initial setup is quick. The speed of navigating through the various screens as well as entering data is satisfactory and appears to be limited only by the speed of tapping by the user as well as processing speed of the device being used. The application uses a predictive results format to aid the user in adding to their list of differential diagnoses. There is also a list of choices available by body system available to choose from. Once their list is submitted, the user gets immediate feedback on whether they chose the intended diagnosis, their time spent on the scenario, and whether they utilized all the information available to create their list. They also see a list of the most commonly chosen diagnosis by all the other users that have completed the scenario, both correct and incorrect. The font size and formatting within the application are reasonable and easy to read and adjust based on the size of the screen being used. There are no ethical, legal, or privacy issues raised by the Human Diagnoses application. There's no way for patients to type in symptoms and request a diagnosis, which could also create ethical concerns. Although some real patient cases are used, each case is anonymized at the time of entry into the app by each end user to only include sex, age, care setting patient presented to the scenario, primary care, urgent care, emergency care, etc., and generalized history, physical exam, and diagnostic findings. For example, rather than including actual radiological pictures, there's simply a report of normal or abnormal with a textbook type description of any anomaly. Overall, the Human Diagnoses Project application has several limitations in respect to nursing application. It is not geared only to nurses, in fact. Its design makes it clear that it is designed with a primary focus on use by doctors and medical students. Given that design, it may be difficult, especially at first, for nurses to get used to forming lists of differential diagnoses, but once nurses catch on to that, this application is a fun way for nurses to practice recognizing presentations of injuries, illnesses, and syndromes. This presenter would definitely recommend this app to other nursing professionals, at least as functional entertainment because of its use. It's easy to use, not time consuming, fun, and educational. In conclusion, the Human Diagnosis Project application focuses on increasing clinical reasoning when it comes to diagnosing patients. This application targets doctors and medical students in its design and focus, but also allows for other medical professionals, including nurses, to participate fully. Notably, the tasks and clinical decision making encouraged by this application may be very useful in nursing education and or continuing education, particularly in the emergency department setting. It is quick and easy to use with an intuitive design and process. There are no ethical or legal issues raised by using this application. It provides an overall fun experience, which is also educational. Thank you.